you're being safe and smart about things. There's been a spike of cases on campus and in the area, so just be wary of that as well and stay safe. So.
Any questions for President Trenny? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, Vice President Watari, you have the floor.
I'm here. That means I got tested negative. Hello, everyone. If you read the reporter today, I was working, when I was a senator, I was working on implementing halal food in the CSU. Dining center serves it. But COVID happened and we were never able to do it before. I reached out to Mark Constantine, the director of CSU, and we were able to get it in the CSU, and people who don't eat any other meat than halal, so it's for them, and it's in the CSU now. Another update I have is I have been serving on MNTC Goal Area 7, and they are trying to make sure, like they're trying to make changes to the goal area. And if you guys have input, please reach out to me and let me know what changes are needed to be done. And I just got elected as the chair of the committee, so if you guys have anything you want me to add or talk about, just let me know. I am going to start to schedule one-on-one with you all soon. So it is going to be like 15 minutes of your time, and we are going to have an update about what is going on, how did the semester went, and how was everything for you. I will be sending out emails soon for that. Last meeting I mentioned the responses for the credit proposal plan. I got a few. I'm going to send out a survey on the GroupMe chat. If you can fill it out, I'm researching about some things, and then I will be talking more about it in your next meetings. And with that, I yield.
Perfect. Are there any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, we're going to go ahead and move on to mine. So I just have a few things. The first is just a reminder of how our meeting schedule is going to go over the next couple of weeks. So next week, we will have an in-person component as well. So that's the 18th. And then we go to Thanksgiving break. And then when we get back from that on the 2nd, correct? That will be like during Dead Week, essentially. That will be fully online. So we'll all just hop on Zoom. And then the week after a finals week, we don't have a meeting on the books. And then we'll pick back up after winter break. So next week in person if you want or are able to come in person. And then after that, we'll be completely online for a meeting. So that's that. My other reminder is that office hours are due this Friday. I sent the link to the Engage page in my email on Wednesday. I can also send out a reminder on Friday. Let's keep up the momentum from last time they were due. We had a lot more participation, so let's keep that moving forward. And then my only other thing is Dean of the Day. Today our Dean of the Day is Dean Brown. If you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit.
Hello, thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, everyone, for inviting me here today. I am the Dean. My name is Chris Brown, and I'm the Dean of Arts and Humanities, and I'm a professor of Communication Studies. Thank you for the invite, as always. And, if you have any questions, always feel free to email me at any time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So are there any questions for me or Dean Brown? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, thank you. Okay, so next we are going to go ahead and move on to Senator reports. Starting us off is Senator Gabbard.
Hello. I'm usually there in person, but I'm in the cities for the last couple of weeks for work. But I'll go over a couple things. First of all, I want to thank the executives for nominating me for Senator of the Month. That was a nice surprise. And then as for my project, I'm meeting with Senator Khan, Robert Peterson from IT, and Steve Rybin from the Film and Media Department to talk about my project of integrating film students into the video production team on campus. So tomorrow we will confirm the details, such as taking an internship credit or using it as a job position, and then as well as posting the job for film students. And then we should be able to begin the hiring process this semester, and then we should have everything ready to go by next semester. What else? Last month I tabled pretty frequently for voter engagement, and that went really well. And I wanted to thank student events team for collaborating with me on that by providing us with T-shirts to get out the vote. And as always, Minnesota had a very high voter turnout, so I was very excited about that. I'm meeting with Dean Brown, who we have here today, and along with Senator Vondra next Wednesday for our monthly Dean meeting. And so we'll just go over some things that we could do to improve the college as a whole, and just give some updates about where our individual projects are. I think that's all I had. If anyone had any questions for me, feel free to, let me know. Thanks.
Perfect. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Senator. Senator Wheeler.
Hello. Good afternoon, Senators. My name is Jack Wheeler, and I represent one of the off-campus senators. Here's a quick update on my project that I've been working on for this semester. So if you don't know, my project has been to improve the recycling infrastructure at off-campus housing complexes surrounding MSU. This idea was brought to me when concerned residents expressed the lack of recycling bins at their housing complexes, and they would end up throwing bottles and cardboard in the dumpsters directly outside of their doors. Frankly, I didn't blame them. With the only recycling bin being nearly 8 blocks away, I would have done the same thing. Initially, when I took upon this project, I envisioned every housing complex to adopt a variety of recycling bins. But diving further in, I changed my viewpoint to reflect my overall success. I learned that if I was able to get just one housing complex to increase its recycling resources for residents, I would consider it a major success. So that's what I'm doing. With immense help from Senators Rodditt, Stiff, and Walfort, I'm extremely close to adding more recycling bins at the Highland Hills buildings. To do this, I am working with their housing manager to create a strategic plan which benefits the relationship between their complex and MSU, but also future off-campus senators who hold our positions. I'm super proud of the work that I was able to achieve in these last 4 months, and I appreciate all the support. Thanks for listening, and with that, I'll take any questions.
Any questions for Senator Wheeler? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, thank you. Next up, I have Senator Mendanza.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for letting me speak again here today. I just wanted to say that when I started off in this position, I had no idea what I was doing, and I appreciate the support system that's kind of been created within the student government to, guide the new people that come into this organization, and for that I'm truly grateful. I'm going to quote Senator Vondra real quick, a little line that he said last week. This is a time of unprecedented, and I think we all need to set some kind of precedent. I realized that there are a lot of things that can be worked on with the College of Business, but I didn't know which to start off with. And I partnered up with Senator Limo, and we've kind of come down to 2 things that we want to start off with proposing to the College of Business. One being the project-based learning opportunities within the College of Business. We want to increase that. We want students to have more of an application-based learning and stray away from the general, common hard memorizing and studying to learn to study to pass a test, as opposed to studying to learn to retain the knowledge and understand what you're doing. So that's one of the proposals that we're proposing, and we have a meeting with all the College of Business faculty just in about a week to make these proposals. And then the other one is to work around Zoom etiquette and how to boost Zoom engagement in the classes. And that's kind of why both Senator Alima and myself took part in the action team proposed by Vice President Morris, where every Monday at 9 a.m. we join in and we kind of work out the kinks and knacks of Zoom and how to make things better for this flexing program. So that's kind of what we've been doing. And then the more major project that I'm working on right now is the revising the strategic plan for the College of Business. And coming up with a new vision and mission that pertains more to today's times and to kind of set that in motion for the next 4 or 5 years for the College of Business. And I'm really appreciative of all the opportunities that I've gotten to do this. And I think that with all these changes that are being set in stone over here, I think that we can really help the students with their academic pursuits in their college years. And with that, I yield to any questions.
Wonderful. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, thank you. Next up, I have Senator Partey. Senator Partey? Senator Partey?
Yes, Kara.
Oh,
Actually,
I
I
apologize. I apologize. We were going to go ahead and strike your update and save it for next week. Senator El Sadi, you have the floor.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yusuf El-Sadi. I'm one of the senators of Social and Behavioral Studies Department, alongside Senator Ibarra. First of all, I want to say Happy Veterans Day, and I want to congratulate the American people for electing the 46th President, Joe Biden. And with that, I wanted to say that my message from the last Senator report that I addressed remains the same, which was involvement. That was the main concept that I preached about. As I dug deeper with Dean Loaiza and Senator Ibarra, the issue is not with the number of events that we have. The issue with the approach that we're taking to spread the word about the events. The Department of Social and Behavioral Studies has wealth of events that happens basically like on a weekly base. But the main issue remains that, for example, the platform that we have on Facebook barely have like 500 followers, this is basically the main mission that I want to accomplish. Next is building the fan base that we have. I mean, like to spread the word among social and behavioral studies students. That's basically all I have. Thank you for everybody for listening.
Thank you. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Seeing none, thank you. Okay, that concludes Senator reports, and next up is vacancies. We still have not received any allied health and nursing applicants, but you guys know the drill. If you know anybody, please send them my way. Send them to the Engage page. I just want a full Senate, but we'll get there. Okay, moving on. We have no new business. We have no old business, so that takes us to announcements. Is there anyone with an announcement? Any announcements? Any announcements? Oh, there we go. President Trenny, do you have one?
Maybe I'll take Mark's announcement. Maybe the Wild Zone event by the Students of N team for this Friday is canceled. So
Okay.
they're doing bingo instead, and will be scheduled for next semester.
Okay. So, Mark Constantine, you can go next.
Hello, Senators. How are you all doing? Everybody good? How about those folks online? We can't see you most of the time. We wonder how things are going. Everybody good? I also wanted to salute our veterans, as one of the senators just did as well. Veterans Day is a special day for all of us, and wanted to thank all those students, faculty, and staff that have been veterans for their service to the country. I just wanted to give a quick update on the Student Union Board. We elected officers this past week. Allison is coming back as chair for us, and Kwesi is our vice chair for the board. We've met 3 times. This past week, we had Jamie Waterbury from Dining Services come in and make a presentation like he typically would in each semester. Gave us a little update of how the semester has gone and how things are going. So we asked some questions and see what students had to say about that. We've also started our budget process with the Student Union Board. Teresa came in and gave a general overview of the budget. And then starting next Thursday, all the operations team will come in and make their presentations to the union board. And then on December 3rd, which will be our final meeting of the semester, Lenny Cooper will come in and talk about communications and marketing, and then I'll do the administrative budget as well. So we're up and running. I didn't ask Allison to come in. She typically will come in and give us some updates, but I didn't get to her early enough this time, but we'll look forward to having her give us some updates as well. So all is well. Hi, Allison, you're online, good. All's well with the union board, and we look forward to continuing our progress. And finally, for me, Student Allocations Committee, we've been meeting pretty regularly as well, and we're starting up on our budget process and trying to educate the allocations group on everything that's going on. So I'll stand to see if anybody has any questions for me.
Perfect. Are there any questions for Mark? Senator Osmond, can you go to the, perfect. I'm just going to repeat it for online. She said, do we have a spot open for the CSU board?
Officially, we don't have a certain number for the board, so we could have spots available. We had one person that did resign from the union board, so if somebody were to come forward to the student government and want to say they'd like to be on it, we certainly would still take somebody. We don't want to wait too deep into the semester because it's the education and trying to get people to know what's going on, but certainly at this point in time, if somebody else was interested, we would gladly welcome with open arms to the board.
Wonderful. Thank you. Were there any other questions? Any other questions? Seeing none. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Sure, let's stop. Okay. Does anybody else have an announcement? John?
So these announcements don't have anything directly to do with the student government role that I serve in, but the other roles, the other hats that I wear, there is currently a MAV Hunt scavenger hunt going on right now at mav-hunt.com. You can find out instructions there. It's for off-campus housing. We are in the beginning of the search process for people's 21-22 housing arrangements. We've got more than $600 in prizes that we're giving away over the course of the next week. You can basically do this through the 17th, which is next Tuesday. It'll close then. And so right now, the chances are pretty good of winning a prize in that. The top prize is a $250 credit at Barnes & Noble. And there are some other great prizes as well offered through the off-campus housing program and by some of our off-campus housing partners. So be sure and take a look at that. You'll need to download the Goose Chase app, but there's a code on mav-hunt.com. So please take a look at that. Now I'm going to put on the fraternity and sorority life hat that I wear. Several of the senators joining remotely know that I serve in the role as advisor to fraternity and sorority life. The fraternity and sorority life organizations are different from most student organizations in that they elect their officers on a calendar year, meaning they serve from January through December. So those organizations right now are knee-deep in their election processes, and the governing councils are known as the Interfraternity Council and Panhellenic Council for the fraternities and sororities. And those councils are hopefully going to be finishing up their elections tomorrow, but the known presidents have been elected. The president for the Interfraternity Council next year will be Max Mahoney, and the president for the Panhellenic Council will be Claire Caston. I will be encouraging those students to make an appearance and introduction at a meeting in the future, and we will be installing all of our officers and chapter presidents at a ceremony on November 22nd. So exciting time in the fraternity and sorority life world. Looking forward to our next group of leaders.
Wonderful. Thank you. Were there any other announcements? Any other announcements? Any other announcements? Seeing none, we're going to go ahead and move on to roll call. So, Senator Biggs.
Present.
Senator Gustafson.
Here.
Senator Gabbard.
Here.
Senator Vondra.
Here.
Senator Limo. Senator Mendanza.
Here.
Senator Parte.
Present.
Senator Salim.
Present.
Senator Nemo.
Present.
Senator Hussein.
Here.
Senator Khan.
Here.
Senator Pham.
Here.
Senator El Sadi.
Present.
Senator Albera. Senator Albera. Senator Osman, Senator Stiff, Senator Nelson,
Here.
Senator Weinzierl,
Here.
Senator Wickman,
Here.
Senator Ruiz,
Here.
Senator Wheeler,
Here.
Senator Hopwood,
Here.
Senator Roddick, Senator Roddick, Senator Bejarano,
Here.
Senator Swankut, Senator Flynn, Senator Berg, Senator Berg, Senator Wolfert, Senator Wolfert, Senator Mecklenburg, President Trenny, Vice President Maltari, myself, perfect, and then we are officially calling this meeting into adjournment at 5:07 p.m. Thank you, everybody.